about to go downtown.
Downtown, hey!
Downtown. You about to go downtown.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to another week's episode of Downtown World. Don't waste no time with negativity. Now, if you are watching, you already know who we have in the building today. But if you are at home, you're listening through your AirPods, we do have a true king with us tonight. An artist, human. I feel like we got to say that now with people being so fake in the world. I like to remind us all that we are human as well as top of what we do in the world. But King, I would like to welcome you properly. Welcome Alex Marley with us here tonight.
Yes, blessed love. Thanks for having me.
How are you? I know we were kind of talking but how are you doing today, this week, just in general? You know, a lot's going on in the world and everyone's processing in their different ways, but how have you been doing?
Yes, Miss Blair. Well, I've been doing good, because we give thanks in every circumstance. And in every instance, because I still putting up a resistance against Babylon.
Facts. A question that we do ask all of our guests, and I'm just going to start it at the beginning, Alex, because I feel like comfortable asking you right away. But what is the situation? It doesn't have to be like recent, or you don't have to drop any names or anything like that. But what is the situation that you can definitely say it was negative? No hands down about it, but somehow, some way, you found a way to rise above and not waste any time with negativity. You know, you might have even surprised yourself, but you definitely chose to not give in to that energy.
Wow, that's a nice question.
Really gotta think.
Every day, you have the opportunity to either be happy or to be sad, to rise above your circumstances and or to let them overcome you. So, every day presents different obstacles. Some days I try not to leave my house any at all, because if I don't go anywhere that I won't encounter anybody, I won't have any obstacles.
Guilty. Yeah.
Hide in a cave, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Well, there was a one time in California, some dude right in the middle of Black Lives Matter thing, some dude flipped me the middle finger. I was like, fucking nigger. I was driving my Mercedes. I was like, I should just run over him in my Mercedes and squash his head out. And you know what? Show love to even those who show you hate. And that's how you overcome, and be the better person. And then you leave them, if somebody shows you hate, you just tell them blessed love, and you leave them they're confused now. They're all fucked up.
Yeah.
You leave them in a state of hate and you just move on with the love. So, surround yourself with positive people and they encourage you when you get upset to look on a happier side of life,
Legit. That too. As you were saying that, I was thinking about one of your records, Rise. It would be one of the newest ones that people, should be streaming, should be supporting. You guys make sure to listen to Rise. And that's featuring Subi, I hope I pronounced it correctly, and Melody the Superstar. But even like the things that you guys were speaking on in that record, similar to what you're explaining now, where it's just like, we have to rise above, we have to, be better, not give in to those energies, even though people sometimes expect it from us. Because I feel like personally, it does better for you, it's not even about them. It does better for you and just your soul as a person moving forward. Yeah.
They didn't even realize that you're going to tie that into the song. Because when you asked me the question, I was like, where did she get a question?
I wasn't. That is truly a question that I asked. But as you were talking, I was like, yo, like, I wasn't even planning to ask about this record so early, but it fit in so perfectly. It did.
That's cool.
Yeah, but like just that record Rise, I know it's not just you on the song, but how did that record like come about? What inspired that? Because I can give off my own interpretation, of course, about what I feel, but I'd love to know from you, the artist, just what that inspiration drew from, or where it drew from, sorry.
Well, like Trishy Styles, producer, Grammy Award-winning producer, he sent me the beat. And when he sent me the beat, I was like, this just sound like some African type, like overcome, like we shall overcome type, modern swag type, jungle vibe to it. You know what I mean? So I was feeling the beat, and then the lyrics just came to me, and then I sent in the verse, and then Sylvia Melody heard it and put a chorus to my verse, and I was like, wow. When I heard it back, I was like, yo, this is different. And like it just movie track to me, like, you know, like just bigger than life type song. So it's one of my favorite songs I've ever done for sure.
Wow. That you've ever done?
Yeah, Rise, yeah.
Wow. You weren't even holding back on that. I find sometimes artists are like shy to let us know which one is like, you know, their top songs that they really mess with. But I really do love the messaging of that song, the beat.
All my songs.
As you should. As you should, but I completely get what you're saying, you know? And more recently, the track Being Friends.
Yes.
There's so much I could say, but let me start here, where it's just like, that's a really mature conversation and topic in itself, you know, loving someone or just knowing that, you know what, it's for the better, that we're just not, you know, or even though, you know, you make me feel like this, I think we should just remain as friends, or should I cross over this line? I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people.
And the thing is that the relationship has to start from friendship. A girl can't be your lover, she can't be your friend, you know what I mean? They say, how about we link up and jam it this evening? Because we want to step this up from being friends. Tonight, it's stronger than the roots wine you a sip that made you lean over. Girl, you kissed my lips, and now I'm seeing you in a new light. Got me glancing from your head to toes, my eyes just on your lips, baby. And none of them can tell me you another one, cause them don't know from how long we a journey. Anything when me have it, I hear some your love genuine, then you earn it. Some boy just come around, play with your love and never to return it. You bring your heart to the real king, giving it the real thing, now you confirm it. Say, hey, true love exists still. And then the bridge comes in.
Nasty.
I want you back. You should be up in my bed. Gonna put you on a high that you never been before. Now our hearts wide awake, though we made big mistake. For sure we brought us together, now our hearts can beat as one. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I had to insert the Jamaican horn for real. Kaboom! Listen, no autotune. Y'all heard that, okay? No autotune, no nothing. Voice in our real life. And I'm saying, as I told you, I've been listening to your music all day, and there's no difference right there. Like, silky, smooth, beautiful voice.
Press. Yeah, man, with that shit, the autotune, we stop using autotune and everything there. I mean, sometimes I use it for a little effect, but you know, when you go in the studio, you can hit all the notes right, and they ain't got an autotune in our melodyne and our nothing.
Exactly.
You know, right, you know? So, you know, to a lot of these young musicians, you know, sing your vocal scales, learn an instrument, you know what I mean? Like, don't let it all be all auto-tuney, you know what I mean? Like,
ooh. Alex, we say, well, go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, I really wanna get to know you, 'cause I got much love to show. Look at the stars, they could be yours, while I hold you in my arms. Girl, I really wanna get to know. Now it's raining and the whole place wet. She may I forget, even though we just met. She never been a real Jamaican yet. Give her something that she never. Hey, hold on, girl. I'm gonna give you everything you need tonight. Be ready so long, girl. Nobody even put up a fight. Girl, I hear you calling. For your love, I'm falling. If you don't know, 'cause if you didn't know how I love you so, I'll wait for it. Hope I'm not too late for it. Without you, I'm lost. God, let's be honest, is the one I love. Oh, oh, oh.
That time. Jeez. Woo! Listen, Alex, the way you just blessed me, the way you just blessed up the dance, like, nah, for real. For real. Like, I'm totally fanning out right now. Like, I'm being selfish. I don't even care about y'all watching right now. Like, Alex, for real, thank you for that.
Exclusive for your blog, you know, because you see me normally give them the unplug, but I forgot to give the legalize it. Is it true? Is it true, Miss Player 420 friendly?
Legalize it, yes?
Yeah, what I tell them, say? Legalize it. Don't you criticize it. Legalize it. We'll advertise it. Doctor smoke it. Judges smoke it. Police officers smoke it. But is Rasta promoted? Don't you provoke me. Hey, legalize it. Don't you criticize it. Hey, you know I can tell them so. Make the whole world know the marijuana have to grow. Make the whole world know the marijuana have to grow. Whole world know the marijuana have to grow. I make the whole world know, let them know the marijuana have to grow. That's the man a big up all ganja farmer. No puffin' on no cracky with the marijuana. Please up the river, me say, love Jaja. No matter where they try, they go to conquer Rasta. Put up the ganja, mix it up with grabber. Put up the chalice, you no need no wrestler. The cooks are like, I fire. Wicked man get burning fire, legalize it. You know why I say so? Ganja, 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 with the super. Ganja, 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 ganja. Tell them say me stay with ganja all night, all day with ganja. Serious, I been up play with ganja. Kingston, St. Antomo, play with ganja. January, February, March, April, and May with ganja. No time for straight, no time for play with ganja. Hey yo, me get high with ganja. All the limit of the sky with ganja. Tell them boy, me brain a fry. Me brain a fry, a King Selassie I with. We got London with ganja. Tell the Queen Jamaica me come from with ganja. Them all a call me the John with ganja. Maybe plane jet tired, me go on with ganja. Most right me car wrong with ganja. So me go China and Japan with ganja. Someone in a Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan with ganja, ganja, ganja. Ganja, 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 ganja. Ganja, ganja, ganja. With the super. Ganja, 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 ganja. Ganja, 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 ganja. Ganja, ganja, ganja monster. Ganja, ganja, ganja. Hold on there. Just playing with ganja. Pan Avenue, pan the main with ganja. Alex Marley, me bumbo clock name with ganja. This a lion, me cat name with ganja. Pan Avenue, pan the main with the food
good when me book with ganja. Right or read on me book with ganja. A boy girl when me joke with ganja. A boy girl get book with ganja, 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 ganja. Hold on the Empress, let me tell him this. From Jamaica, but I'm on vacation in Polynesia. My girlfriend got to be Hawaiian, maybe she could be Tahitian. I ain't never sleeping, this I get with her smoking. This is not a joking, this feel like you're talking. Popping marijuana bottles from two girls that look like models to me. You ain't on my level, Babylon, worship the devil, Rastafari, with me praise all me days, always. On the fire judgment, when they Rastaman up. You say ganja, 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 ganja. Hold on it. This is what I'm smoking on. This is what I'm smoking on the regular kind of ganja. This is how you get it from me. Must it come from St. Elizabeth or maybe West Holland. Rest of the best ganja in the land. For the aggressive, me no let it tell me this with me. Say, like it, Babylon, you this the Rastaman, you show them very regret it. Big two select a man, boy, better select it to the whole world. I get it, just the whole world. Hey, ganja, ganja. Ulo. No more than again. So we could go all night about ganja.
Listen.
That name ganja anthem might me use mash up stage show in Africa, Dubai, Hawaii, Colombia, Ghana. Which country me no go with ganja? I eat me join a prison where Warrior King carry go Spanish town over. Me sing that to Costa Rica. Me sing that me no know where me no go in April. Sing ganja. Everybody says, hey!
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we go up and see it, I'm going to be a ganja place. No. Artists that come up next. No artists with billboard. Me say can't follow me. Fancy on there. Free of me. Free.
Alex, I honestly just want to take a moment to like, I know people tell you this all the time because your last name associate whatever they feel, but like honestly, like I really love music. I really love dancehall reggae, like for real. And like, thank you for that. Like, thank you for that. Like true art, like you're so talented. Like, thank you for sharing that with me. Like, I am undeserving, but thank you. Like,
no, you're very deserving, Empress.
Major. Like, that brought me back to like, is it Fire Fest in Jamaica? The Rasta Fest that they would have? No. The Rasta Fest they would have Christmas time after Grand Market, and then they would have the big one for the Rasta man Fire Fest. No?
Why if them used to have it, me never heard it.
Or maybe I'm calling the name wrong, but it used to be like a Rasta like version of Sting, but it would be around that time. And I remember being able to see a man like Richie Spice, SZA, like just go. And I'm saying like what you just did right now, like I know people love dancehall, but like reggae came first, and like that right there, like they don't understand. Yeah, like they don't know what you just did, like. For real, thank you.
Instrument and the thing, you can see, you know, the whole connect different, you know.
No, thank you. Like that was super fun. Like, whoo! I feel like we're at the show. I can't at the show. Like I would just like forgetting we got the interview. Like go out now for real. Like, and you said you got
the vibes. Then that makes me feel like, you know what I mean. I'm sorry. Because maybe if the interview was boring, I wouldn't even feel like bust out the guitar and you know what I mean.
For real, that was the first time.
Like, interview and 420 friendly and thing. Now I start get hype.
You're more than blessed. You're great. You're more than good. You're great. No.
Is when people appreciate the art and the vibes that you have such a positive vibe, it pump me up and make me feel like make good music. You know what I mean?
Thank you. No, for real. That like I can only imagine the man down in Spanish Town, like what that response must have been like.
Yeah, man. Spanish Town over prison man and go draw ganja and tell man this so normal.
Jeez. I'll translate for my other audience later, but those of y'all that know I'm Jamaican, I rep it, and like this is a real thing. And you know, a lot of the times I was just speaking with someone earlier this week about Prince, you know, and just feeling like he was very underrated in the sense of just like he was so talented. He could play instruments, he could create music, he could freestyle. Like true, to me, that's true like artistry. Yep. Like you were saying at the beginning, like artists get an instrument, whatever, like that's real. Not to say the other music isn't real music, but real artists that time of just a man being able to do what you just did, it doesn't come by regular. And they're afraid of you, yes? Like, they should be. They should be. No.
You know, the whole Jamaican music scene kind of competitive and cramp up away. But may I show the youth, so the world is big out there, so don't get locked into like one genre of music. Try to be creative, you know what I mean? Like what you said, when Prince or Michael Jackson or even Bob and them when they go in the studio, they're not thinking, oh, how am I going to make a song? They just make music. And they're open to anywhere the creation you went to carry them. I feel like people are too quick to genreize a music and lock everything in the box, and you know what I mean? So then you want to make another song just like that one, because that one did hit this and that. It locked down the creativity when I went to music university, so I learned how to read and write music and play more. When jazz, John Coltrane, I play 7 instruments, guitar, saxophone, piano, bass, produce my own music. So our approach to music is different. So even though no, you don't see us with the instruments as much as before.
Yeah, it's still there.
When I'm working with the band, I can say, bro, no, play D minor 7 flat 5, and then you're gonna, you know, give me a diminished chord right there, and I want you to give me and then we're gonna intro into the next song, and I'm still conducting the band, you know. And a lot of artists that go on stage, oh, the band's not playing it right, but you can't tell him what he's not doing right. Is the tempo too slow? Is the key too high, too low? Like what? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Then it's like your own musicians don't really respect you because they understand music more than you do, but you're the leader. You're the leader, right? But you don't know what you're talking about. So they got it kind of backwards now. They got to kind of work with your ignorance and just give you a little one drop bump. That's all they can do, because you for the turnaround and the vamp and all that.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex, the last word of what you just said?
They just got to give them a one drop, like a bump.
Yeah.
4 to 5 bump, 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 bump. They can't give them no turnaround, no vamp, no key modulation. They wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
They're looking at the bandman like he crazy, especially if you're gonna try draw some dreamy whole tone scale or some diminished dark chord in it. You're going, what you doing? He don't understand the music. You know what I mean? You know, a really good band, you know, like when you listen to like Morgan Heritage or like even Buju Banton band, they got all these long breakdown, embarrassing band. Oh, forget about it. The intro, Barris ain't even came on stage yet. I'm proud already, like, oh my God. You know, because you got to know your jazz theory and stuff, and then mix it jazz with the reggae, because jazz is the most expansive music. Once you play jazz, you play anything. Jazz, you know, that makes it sound too like loungy. This music is serious music, but you know, see, when they genreize it and call it something, because you know, Europeans are quick to give things names. Yeah. Africans, we just create things and let it be. Yeah. You know, call it something, you kind of give it a different persona. So anytime you're doodling or playing free music, it's like, oh, that's jazz. And then everything else is like organized, no. Yeah. But jazz is still organized, but the I feel like the soul of improvisational music is that I don't see people improvising that much.
There's few artists that I feel still carry that art for music. Yourself, shout outs to Chronix. You already know he's from my area, so I have to, right? And he definitely, you could tell by listening to his music. He knows his music.
Music, man.
I'm trying to there's very few. I'm trying to be, you're in Miami, so I'll say Rick Ross. He's someone, you know, I love my hip hop music, and he's someone listening to him. Sorry?
His arrangements are off the chain.
You see what I'm saying?
And, you know, whoever you're out in the studio working on that stuff is not no normal beats. It's
not. And it's someone that really, and that makes me even happier, because I've always felt that way about him. And you being someone that really has learned music, you even giving me that cosign, I'm like, okay, because listening to his music, I'm like, this is not just someone rapping. Like, this man's, he knows what he's doing.
He's meds in the whole sound behind his thing, like his vision, like a color board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real.
But like, you know, so like back in the day, you know, if you're a real musician, you know, say Bob Marley was hanging out downtown and ran into Jimi Hendrix, and, you know, James Brown pulled up, you know, and then Santana was there, you know, and Lakute just happened to pop in the building, and then I know John Coltrane was there, And
Hold
then,
on,
you know,
this moment actually happened?
no, I'm just imagining the perfect
Oh,
band.
I was like,
And you
how
had
did
like
I miss this? Like,
Hathaway on the keys,
jeez,
got like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston on the vocals,
jeez.
and like, you know, Jimi Hendrix on lead and Santana on rhythm guitar, and then like Paco de Lucio in the background doodling.
Jeez.
I'm saying, like, you know, those guys could just all come together and just make music on the spot right now. 1, 2, 3, go, and that would be
Yeah.
a hit.
Yeah.
You know, you have to rehearse nothing or nothing. One dude will just start playing, another dude will hop
And they'll
in.
just pick it up.
You just know where the sound is at, and
Yeah.
then minutes later you're playing a whole different song anymore. To me, that's like high level mastery music. Like when you go into those kind of rooms, like I go into rooms with other music who study like music theory and are really high into the science of music, and you go into those rooms and it's jam.
But
and
I also feel like that's real music.
That's real music. It's not recorded. Nobody ever gets to hear it. Once the music stops, it's gone.
It's just
and you all share it together. It makes it even so much more rare and special. You're like, oh my God, I can't wait to see that person again, because then we can recreate.
Yeah.
No, you just got like a little, you know, electric box, you know, little machine. You depend on it to make you happy. You know, play me some, press play.
That's true.
And it cheers you up. And, you know, funny, like after playing instruments for a while, I'm not listening to any radio, not watching any TV, and entertaining yourself with your instruments. You start to look at other people like they're weird. You know what I mean? Like they're looking weird. Like, you don't watch no TV, I was playing with the instruments and stuff. And you're looking
I don't
at
watch TV.
Yeah, box to make you happy. I can just go on this and create my own little love vibe right here.
Legit. I can tell for you and I, quarantine and staying inside hasn't been something that was that difficult. Like
I've been doing this. I've been
right.
you know what I mean? I've been trying to wear my mask around people, been trying to ski mask up and military full bandana. So I'm glad. I'm glad now I don't look like a military nut.
Right.
Now, in bandanaed up and masked up and don't want nobody see me. I've been trying to be anonymous. So now they put the mask on. It's good. At least the facial recognition camera is not picking us up so easy now.
For now.
Eerie humor for you.
Right. But Alex, I also want to ask you, you know, there's another staple question. Like here in downtown, we say eat fruit and mind your business. And sorry?
No, say again.
No, I was saying here in downtown, we say eat fruit and mind your business. That's one of our other sayings, because fruit, I mean that as well, is great for us. It's great for the skin. As women, it's great for our yoni. Men, it's great for, you know, all the things.
Oh, you're into veganism?
No, I won't push that on people. No, I'm not vegan. I don't practice vegan.
But you like stuff. You eat health. You into your food.
I try my best. Yes, definitely.
You make juice and stuff?
Yes. Sea moss.
I know you're in, right, you know? Because you all glowing and shit, girl.
Thank you. No, I really do. I really do. One, my family, even though I shouldn't say my family's Jamaican, because I know a lot of Jamaican people don't really instill that, but I'm a real granny when it comes to those things. Like I have
the coconut milk.
Yes, I make everything. What you want? Fried fish, oxtail. You want stew peas?
You grate the coconut from scratch, or you use powder?
I can do it either way. I can do it either way you need, depending on who it is. I can get the coconut raw, tuck out the meat, crush it up in a strainer, get out the juice. Yes.
I really have then.
Or
coconut rice and peas. Your Jamaican stamp is good to go with Avon and Canada or not. Nobody feel it.
Thank you. Well, it doesn't taste the same when you make it down there, but
Albania still can't grate a coconut.
For real.
And okay. And so you and them fancy same way. I'm not sure if me believe.
No, they're not. They're not. And let me tell you, Alex, this is because I have a lot of interviews this week. Let me tell you, I truly come from the bottom. Okay. When I was going to Jamaica to visit my aunt down in Spanish Town, I was still catching bucket of water just a drip. I have to catch water for go be it. So you know what I mean? Like I wasn't down there in no resort. I wasn't like we were really there. So she only had 2 channels, TVJ and you already know. So
well, JBC on TVJ, you know. Hear me about JBC.
right? And like you'd be lucky if one of the channels, I guess because Christmas time, they'd always be showing movies, so at least we get to watch show all the
Some
time.
people,
But
we grew up watching Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives, bro. That shit
yup.
when we come out foreign and see real cable TV and real 5G Wi-Fi.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But what I want to ask you is a staple question we have. You have the 4 elements, right? You have earth, air, water, and fire. Which element, Alex, do you feel like you resonate with or like speaks to you the most, and why?
I like element.
Which one?
I'm adding a 5th element.
Which one?
Spirit.
Spirit?
Yes.
Ooh,
Which is
educate me.
the earth, air, wind, or fire. You know,
Okay.
but is spirit, but is non-tangible, but it is also element.
Mm. Mm.
You know, because everything have a spirit to it, the plant, the dog, the ant, everything have an energy about it, you know what I mean? And the same spirit to run through them, run through I and I. So if ignore the element there, where it's like, you know, you know, what is it that makes you you? Is it the physical brain that's in your body? Or is there this other energy that makes you so unique? You know, even an individual, even within the oneness, because you can be an individual but still blend in as into the one.
Yeah.
I think you have to be either or either. You have to either be unity and unified within the one, or have individuality. You can't have both.
Yeah.
You know, individual molecules in your body that come together to still make up bigger organs and thing, and your organ come together make up your whole body, but each organ still has its individual function. They're different. Your liver is not your spleen, it's not your kidney, it's not, you know, and you don't want to confuse them. You want to know what's good for your liver, what's good for you. You know what I mean? That's why we don't drink alcohol. That's why we don't eat meat. That's why, you know what I mean, we smoke the herb. That's why we don't take vaccination. That's why we burn fire up on Babylon. I get red for your vlog still, but we have to burn our one fire.
You know, I'm gonna just stay quiet and let you just take it over. You got it. You got it. For real though, for real. Like, and if it's okay with you, do I have permission to just use that going forward, adding spirit? Because
yeah, add spirit.
I love that.
Yeah, we're going into the 5th dimension now. The thing
No,
that
for real. For real.
parallel universes and, you know, endless black matter, because them said the stars is the matter in the sky, but it's the blackness in between the stars, the black matter that maketh up the stars. And that part within your body that blinks, and scientists look at it in the microscope, but they don't know where it blink and goes. So it's teleporting coming back. And that black matter is the matter, you know what I mean? That's why they've sprayed the spaceship with melanin or burn up in the atmosphere. So I ounce of melanin is more expensive than gold. So that's why a black man to get them body when it fresh and harness the melanin. Because you think they waste all that melanin, think about it. Melanin more valuable than gold. They have all these dead black bodies. Because I'm thinking, why the black is hunted? And when a person tell me, say, hey, you know, they spray the spaceships with melanin, I'm like, damn, them need that shit that bad. And you can't. Melanin is the only thing you can't manufacture. You can't go mine it out of the earth. You only one place is in black skin. So this shit really have to know you're valuable, your organs valuable, your blood,
everything.
Your melanin, you see me, the black matter. So when we're looking out there, say, where's the planets, where's the stars? And you're looking to see something shining in the sky, but you don't realize all the black matter in between all of that is the universe. That's right there. It's all around you. It's right in front of you. If you turn off the lights right now, you see it.
For real.
Woo!
Wow. Ooh. I gotta let that air out.
Come back down to earth right now. This
your business. No, I gotta like, I love that talk. Like, whoo. So let me ask you this, you know, since I know you're into things of that nature, right? When it comes to Elon Musk, I seen the other day, he's going to start asking people if they were interested in voluntarily going up to the moon. He says he can't guarantee your survival, but you know, it'll be a great experience. Would you be one of the first people to visit the moon?
God. I can't guarantee your survival, but it will be a great experience. You might die, but you'll have the time of your life before you get there. What a bullshit.
Right.
My view on all this space travel things, see? All due respect to NASA and all these other bullshit agents like that. that is using public funds and tax people money if you fly go moon, go look for Martian or wherever the fuck them are look for. See? 115. Why you don't spend these billions of money that you're using? And I don't know if maybe you're going to cut up and edit this interview, but
Nope.
because
We went straight. People need the realness.
but sometimes I have to keep it real, you know what I mean? But
that's all we want.
Where them spend for go look for star and thing. And really what it happening is a Dogon tribe in Mali in West Africa, right? And tell them about Sirius A and Sirius B and the Black Star. And they're like, there's no star in this. And they say, yes, they are. And then go build a Hubble telescope and find that the black man know universe better than them.
Mm-hmm.
When the Dogon tell them about parallel universe and all these discipline, now they're going to look for all these things. But the whole thing to me is that, right? Because Marcus Garvey was in tune with this stuff. That's why I'm calling it in the Black Star Line. You wonder what kind of esoteric knowledge was Marcus really reading back in the 40s and the 50s, like 1920? You know what I mean? Like, bro, you know, he already knew about Sirius A and Sirius B because the Sirius B is called the Black Star. And we talk about the Black Star Line. So you see, say Marcus thing upon some different level.
Next
but
level.
It's like, even the other day I met his son, Dr. Julius Garvey.
Wow.
You know, pleasure of speaking with him on the phone.
That's amazing.
We'll talk about it another time, but like, so what was the question?
No, I was just saying, like, with Elon Musk, would you go to the
moon? Yeah. Oh, dude, with the, you know what, I have nothing against Elon Musk or Bill Gates or none of them personally, or, you know, the next one, Branson and all of them that doing all this space exploration thing, but I think those funds and resources, I can't tell you what to do with your money or the people in the world what to do, the public funds which they have stolen. But I just think that we could spend so much more time solving poverty and problems on Earth, because what we know for sure is that Earth is our home. And I don't believe we're going to find another home out there. You know, if life exists out there in the universe, suppose it's life, but not in the material matter way that we are looking to see life. Because how knows how to define life? You might not see aliens with bodies, but there might be beings out there that come into you in forms of thought. Thought. Angels and demons exist in people's thoughts. Because it's like, you know, read the Bible and stuff, you know, from Genesis to Revelation. I read the whole thing. I read the Encyclopedia Britannica. I read many books and I've questioned many philosophies and ways of life. You know, I've studied yoga. I've, you know, read Kabbalah. We read the Quran. We read Hindu Upanishads. You know, we're well read, so we're attuned to different schools of thought, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I know aliens didn't build the pyramids, my ancestors did.
For sure.
Digging up ancestors' bone, Tutankhamun and all our ancestors, but how long would we allow these people to dig up the bones of our ancestors? I don't think I want to be studied in museums. I want to rest in peace.
Yes.
You know, but so what I'm saying now is that the money where they must spend for is billions of dollars on Mars and what they might look for. It's like you could, and then you tell me that there's no money to create equal rights and equal opportunity and
but there's money to create a whole new life on another planet.
And build more schools, but there's money to go to Mars. You're looking to, so what you're telling me now is that because you see that you're going to destroy the Earth so that you can go live on the moon, but not everybody have $100 million to go live on the space station and maybe grow hydroponic plants in a spaceship, you know, with water reserves where them going to come siphon wet from Earth now, and everybody else on Earth get left because the rich people have gone with all the resources gone on Earth.
All right, talk.
And now they supply them with resources to build them space station and thinking. We have to watch how we embracing technology so rapidly, and nobody want to farm, nobody want to go back to the Earth. Everybody want to be some big, tech. Everyone look at tech is the future. Yeah. I think agriculture is the future.
For sure. It's gonna be always a lot of people don't see the value now, but I myself, like, I garden my onions. I plant my onions, I have my peppermint, the stuff that I can do at home. I do. And I knew at first, like before COVID, my friends, as I said, they call me granny, a little joke here and there, but I'm like, nah, I'm cool because I can plant this. I know the soil, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't always have to be going back and forth to the grocery store because onion garden, those are stuff that I always put in the base of whatever I'm cooking with, right? It's important. A lot of people, they don't know what plant can do what, what can rub to heal what. And like one of my favorite people, Dr. Sebi explains, is like whatever causes an infection, there's something on the earth to combat that, period.
Yeah. Because Dr. Sebi try to show the people that we can cure cancer, AIDS, all kind of thing with the herbal
mucus. Yeah.
You know, it was the Rockefeller them and thing where because them find them can make drugs from petroleum, them start to like, outlaw herbal medicines and stuff in favor of the petroleum-based drugs, which is just a recent documentary I was watching that it will explain to me that how a lot of these drugs are petroleum-based. I'm like, what? It's like plastic types.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like these opioids are synthetic heroin and synthetic methamphetamine. And then even like Hitler Army, I hear say it was methamphetamine, Hitler Army, them did that eat. That's why I could have jogged for days without no food and water and thing. And that then did crazy. So yeah, for what the opioid, them where people are taking, they pick them, I go mad and I shoot up school and sitting because doctor prescribed them Ritalin and one bag of pill. You pick their 9-year-old and them have one bag of pill in them closet like some granny. Like in our days, kids didn't take pills. No. That's a new thing. And then you have all these doctors. Oh, I think your son is ADA. Oh, I think your son is. That might be good in for the doctor because you can prescribe you that pill.
Exactly. And get his business up.
The young generation, we're not afraid to speak our mind.
I'm happy for that.
No more. And the quicker these old people realize that, the better it is for them. Because them soon dead and come off our planet and we're going to still be left here. And it's going to be our own planet. Everybody going to mix up. Because my son is half Japanese. You know what I mean? The Latino, them are spread like wildfire. You don't know, you better learn something.
Kind of like the beige people. I really do sit down and think about this stuff. And I'm like, soon as it's going to be a land of beige people.
It's going to be
It's not going to be no original people.
No original, everything mixed up.
Jeez.
And as a mixed up person, I have to say for all my mixed race people, we are very exotic. We have the best of all worlds. And look at the Aborigine, them have skin black till them blue, but their eye blue and their hair blonde. So they have the genetic makeup of everybody. That's why I call it Aborigine, the original man. And look how we treat them. We should be learning these people.
Exactly.
They have a time called dream time when you thought something and it instantly manifested. So the Aborigine in life to you, they look at the coconut tree, the mango tree as some ancient thought that was manifested. But they say that man's thought became so corrupted that we lost support to instantly manifest because we don't have manifested destruction. Imagine if everything you thought, no, you could manifest as soon as you get angry. That boy, if you're dead, I'm just dead.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then you're way too powerful. So it's like, gotta take a little of your power now until you clean your thoughts. But if you could really have positive intent and your thoughts is all love-based, then maybe we could regain the power to instantly manifest.
Yes. Ooh.
Guys, no more you need.
No, you're giving a lot of fruit tonight, Alex. A lot of fruit. That's necessary. So don't ever.
Because you see, me and you connecting through this FaceTime Babylon contraption thing, but it's still real, isn't it? But if we could do this, I feel like people back in the day that could have FaceTime you without the iPhone.
For
real.
You could have
everything same way here. Yeah. If you focus, they really, because you know what I mean? That's all.
Well, there's people that don't believe that we had powers like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at the new technology coming now and feeling like, oh, this, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, the holograms. Sorry, I don't know why it was slipping me. The holograms that are becoming really popular now with celebrities. And I'm like, that's not new.
A hologram I go on tour. So them kill you, then them turn you in a hologram and still make money off of you. Bumbuckler, dog, man, I gotta tell you, say, if you kill that boy, I'm more valuable as a hologram at this point.
Bro, that's if they're really dead. To begin with, let's start there.
The record company.
Let's start there, but I don't want to get too crazy.
The record company, they may take out insurance policy on the artist them, so and then dead them.
What?
That's written in a contract. You never read the fine print, did you?
Wow.
Yeah, makes another drug overdose of a COVID and complication to COVID. Step on the autopsy, but them just say, yeah, man, I drugs him take, we give me heart attack, when then him dead. what did you die from? The drugs or the heart attack? What autopsy said? COVID. You know what I mean?
Right.
Family like me, so like in family, I try to say, yo, when I stop, say the man dead from drug overdose, and like I try to ruin it.
Yeah.
Because like no rich black millionaire in America dies with his name intact, you know what I mean?
Ever.
All like black billionaire them and think them go for them and go for Russell Simmons and go for my boy the name I try buy the big network, the Bill Cosby.
Yep.
No, and art a different.
Countless.
Art Kelly was a different thing. Him do that to himself because you never know the whole time he must say, ain't nothing wrong.
For real.
Get to him I talk about and then I say, wait, but Aliyah,
Like, jeez.
getting
But
married,
even with
15-year-old.
him, and I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but even with him, you know what I'm saying? That's a conversation in itself where it's just like, he was a genius. He was a genius, but there was something.
Highly talented, we can't take that from him, but
There's some switch that, you know what I mean? Someone made him feel like that was okay in life.
But Empress, he married a 15-year-old girl, married her. You know, like him running to her in one nightclub and thought she was 21. Because we can't even say 18. That's
He knew. But let's be real. When I was in high school, I definitely remember those older guys that would come that weren't in high school no more. And us as young girls were thinking it's lit. Oh yeah, my man's not in high school. But to be honest, that's pedophilia.
Yeah,
let's
your 15-year-old daughter. All right, if he married her, was 15.
It's wrong.
With her from she was what, 13? I mean, it's probably 2 years before you get married, right?
And I'm not racist. You know? Everyone knows that I love everyone.
I have no fans. I mean, no want the R. Kelly fans them this me, but me just say, out of the 7 to them, when me that take up for him wouldn't be the first. You see me?
He needs help.
The music well free a long time. He might try to show his message in that.
I know. When I listened back, I was like, damn, he was telling us the whole time. Jeez.
But a number and then he got teeth, Mr. Big's girl.
Big
girl. You're contagious, touch me, baby.
Teeth the girl then got another closet. I talk about him chopper.
Oh my God.
Cheese.
Explain a minute. What the hell is going on in my home? You see, man, creep all in Mr. Big's and Shana Jukodo and Mr. Big's girl them.
Nah, but any man that's gonna come up with a record like I Believe I Can Fly, he would be the it just gets too deep.
Sing that as a kid. And it's still like when I'm at the skate park skating, I'm trying to go for air. I can't help but sing that song still.
Choose.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day.
Have you ever thought of doing a cover?
Fly away.
They'll come for you.
If I can see it, then I can do it. Do what, R. Kelly? If I just believe it. Leave that young girl alone. There's no
Listen. So let me ask you this, right? You know, something that is important to me, and with the midst of everything going on, laughter is definitely one of the ways that I practice self-care in my life. Okay, Alex, I love to laugh. I don't want to look old and frown up. I need to incorporate, you know, things that will genuinely just uplift me in life, and energies like this really do help me to feel more positive about the world. But if there were some ways that you could say that you practice self-care in your life, because I feel like Black men don't really talk about self-care for themselves. And I need you guys to talk about it more because it's important.
Well, self-care is important. We need to start first with mental health. You have to make practicing good mental health. You're smiling every day, laughing, you're surrounding yourself with good people, you're exercising, you're eating healthy, you know, and then you have your physical health, you trying to exercise. You know, I use special type of soap, like, you know, I have a sponsor called Nourish. They're a diamond soap company. So they make the soap from like diamond shards, and I'm bathed. I see my skin look clean.
I need to be a part of that experience. Like, can you please send the link after?
We'll get you some samples. Well, I'll definitely get you some samples, and maybe you can deal with the CEO.
No, I would really love showers. For me, is one of my self-care practices.
.com. They have the
Sorry, what is the name?
Nourish.co.
Nourish.co.
Yes.
Okay.
Send them a message. I'll notify them and they'll send you some samples and stuff.
Thank you. Because showers for me is one of the top ways I practice my self-care. Like I love taking showers. I remember like just being cussed all the time. How many showers in a day you're gonna take? Like as many as I want because I pay this water bill. But it's like,
freeze. The ice enough afraid it freeze.
but it's just something, the water running, you're able to be with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like I have my music going. Sometimes if you catch a vibe, have your cat, like, you know what I mean? Your incense, but it's just a whole, I feel like you're really cleansing off or getting prepared for what's in front of you, you know? So what is another way?
I take long showers. I'll be in the shower for 5 hours. You know, been there all day. When I was young, mother used to always say, "Boy, turn off the water, come on." And there all day, wash my hair all 3-4 times. You know, write all tune, light all my spliff in the shower that I did.
Yeah, a whole concert.
And you see me a whole vibes and thing. But you have to make sure, say, don't put no TV near your bathtub, because you know what that dropping in your bathtub.
No, you don't.
You know, for them movie, that woman in the bathtub and the rose petal, them and candle and taking them off the TV. And now you see TV dropping in your bathtub and you get a bun up, you see me?
For real. I'm not trying to take that chance.
Oh, you bun up, you see me?
A nice book is good. You know, you spoke about reading and just being like educated in terms of books. What is a book that you would recommend to us in terms, something that you just feel like resonates, that would really help someone out in these times? What is a book?
And opinions of Marcus Garvey, okay, right? That is first. Second, you have to go autobiography of Haile Selassie. You're the best interviewer ever. Nobody never asked me this
For
question.
real?
All over the world, for all kind of TV station, and never asked me this yet. Marcus Garvey, Philosophies and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Autobiography of Haile Selassie, 1, 2, Third Testament, if you can find it. Also read the Encyclopedia Britannica from A to Z, and then also have selected utterance and speeches of His Majesty of Haile Selassie. And you know, you will understand why he's such a great philosopher and such a great mentalist and such a great orator, public speaker, everything, you know. And yes, those are my favorite books right there. Also Menelik II, that's a good book. Also the Kebra, which is an Ethiopian book, which if you look at the glossary of the King James Bible, you see the Kebra, which speaks to the Old Testament books in there, but you get all the little sus in between and then leave out of the King James version.
That's what I was saying. My brother told me there was one that has, I forgot the proper name, but it has everything in there. There's nothing left out. So I think it is.
And you have the apocryphal books, Book of Job and Enoch, and those books that weren't included in the original 8 canon. You know what I mean? Especially Enoch tell you how the earth set up and the 12 portals of the sun and the moon and how like earth govern and thing. And Enoch, that's Ethiopian book too. And but the Kebra Negas tell you how King Solomon, Sheba met, and they had, a son called Menelik. That's why I named my son Menelik. And he carried the Ark of the Covenant from Jerusalem to Ethiopia, and they built Lalibela, which is in New Jerusalem, which has, tunnels that go under the Red Sea to from Jerusalem to Ethiopia, and it's underground city of churches and 7 wonders of the world. People don't know about Lalibela. They talk about the pyramids, but they don't know about Lalibela. You know what I mean? And to me, how did you carve the whole mountain into a church? You know what I mean? So we're going to open an Orthodox church and things so on. Big up Ethiopian Orthodox Church now being a Bobo Shanti 12 tribe. We have to keep this vision going.
We do.
And that's sort of thing there. Yeah. What did it ask?
You answered perfectly. Like I'm excited to run this back and write down all the titles so I can just get myself in, because as we were discussing, that's something that for myself, I feel like it's important for me to continue on this journey and just learning all of these things. And I'm not ashamed to say I haven't grown up in an environment where we knew about this, but the universe has led me to a point where I'm open to hearing all of this and ready to learn. So thank you.
I agree with you of Haile Selassie tell you how him use lightning and strike down Italian plane them and thing and Bonapoli for fascist, and you see me I deal with him come out without a scratch on him, walk on nuclear bomb and thing and defend black people, you know what I mean? Yes. Travel to America, meet John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy said this is the greatest man alive. He caused 60 different nations to gain their independence during his 50-year reign as a king, the only king for him 50 years, you know what I mean? 2 weeks later, Kennedy, after His Majesty left the White House, the first black leader to be in the White House, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Him go check the Pope of Rome, and he's the only person meet with the Pope of Rome and they'll kiss the Pope ring.
Let him know.
Right? He don't take off his crown in the presence of the Pope, the only king to not dethrone in the presence of the Pope. People don't know what this means because they're not well read. You know what I mean? Him go meet the Queen of England and her husband, and him and Empress Menen, and them take off to them crown to him. This is why I'm not pissing a white toilet in America, but here is the head of the white race bowing to the head of the black race, our king.
Yeah.
Because the Pope head of the white race, you know what I mean? Anyway, you want to look at it, he's a head of state.
And we are the original people, like so.
Yeah, and so the whole thing, but whole thing is that Ethiopia and Rome and Italy was supposed to be brother and sister nation because Solomon also had a son named Adramai that he sent to Rome to be the king of Rome because Solomon had so many concubines because he wanted each of his sons to rule a country in the world. Yeah. According to, I guess it was because he loved sex, but it was because he wanted to rule the world. So first son was Menelik, and then they have Rehoboam and Jeroboam, and then they have Adramai too. But the Bible don't really talk about Adramai and Menelik. They only talk about Rehoboam and Jeroboam. And then, you know what I mean? So the whole thing set up now, but in a great schism of 1054, the Catholic Church broke off of the Orthodox Church, and then the King of England, they wanted divorcing wives and formed Church of England.
It's like I'm so happy that you're bringing this up because, like, personally, I love to watch period pieces. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I just finished a series yesterday on the Medici family. So, like, you talking about the Pope, and like, I was just literally learning about that and submerging myself, like, understanding. Oh, so this is how y'all chose the Pope. Like, this is why you wanted this one in. Oh, so the prior. Oh, I see y'all. So, like, it's so fitting that you're educating everyone, including myself, on this today. And thank you for that because
we lived in castles before Europeans did.
Definitely.
Castles standing in Gondar that are still active in Ethiopia. The first universities in Africa, Timbuktu, Thebes, where Christ went to university. A lot of people don't know Christ went to a university called Thebes. Like, more you read, you find out why he went to school. The school had a name. Like, we care about these people and we think of them as fictional characters. They were real people. Why is it that Jesus had to flee Jerusalem and go to Egypt? Why did he blend in with the Egyptians so well? Maybe because he was Egyptian, maybe because he was Cushitic. And then the people who were in Israel at the time weren't really the Israelites. They were descendants of the, Babylonians from King Nebuchadnezzar time when Nebuchadnezzar conquered Jerusalem. And then later on, the descendants of the Romans when, Caesar was ruling Jerusalem. So, but they had converted to our religion. So when they said his own people handed up to be crucified and told Pontius Pilate to crucify him, that wasn't really his own people. You see, they don't put the racism as part of the crucifixion. You see, because Christ was a black man with dreadlocks, skin like bronze and hair like wool, and he had all these special abilities, and there's a bunch of white people put him across and stuck a spear inside and drank out his blood and said it was Holy Communion. Now, instead of eating my flesh and drinking my blood to be like me, can't you just imitate my actions and do what I tell you to do? Like, bro, don't just do what the fuck I say. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Bro.
So, Alex,
much weed, but it just seems so logical to me. Like, instead of eating the guy,
I agree completely.
Have the head of John the Baptist in their shrine, and in their shrine in Mecca, they claim to have the hand of John the Baptist. And what I want to know is, if y'all have the body parts of John the Baptist, ain't y'all the dudes who chopped him up in the first place, right? And then they put that in your holy shrine, all these tourists come to body parts, right? But I'm saying Rastafari is the only way of life that spread to the four corners of the globe without shedding one drop of blood. We never had to fight no jihad, no cruise. never kill nobody. Even the Buddhist people, them con them or whatever, they have killed enough people, spread them empire. The Rastafari word sound power and spread to the four corners and upload us with truth, word sound power and this music, what them call reggae music. We even like that word there. I mean, I'm a reggae artist. It's me an African revolutionary Rasta music. Different. So you can't honorize my music. Or Rise isn't hip hop, but it's not reggae, but it's not.
It's
but
just music.
That is just music, and we made it. It's like, what you gonna call this one? But it can play in a reggae party, could play in a hip hop party, it could play. You know what I mean? So I really feel like Rastafari are really important. This is not a hairstyle. This is not a fad. This is not just a smoke weed thing. I make music. It's really to give us some power. I really empower the people, black, white, brown, yellow, Arabic, everybody. And bring everybody together under the one love vibration with a new philosophy, one God, one aim, one destiny. I Selassie, I Jah, Rastafari. I'm not saying nothing else that can save humanity. We warned you about this COVID and this pandemic and this lockdown and all this shit that Babylon was planning. We've been warning you for years.
Yeah.
But nobody don't listen. Rasta crazy and I'll know them now. Listen, people still talk about the latest dance move, think the place is going to open up back by itself. If we don't demand our rights, bro, and get up and everybody say, yo, we want the world to be back like how it was before 2019. No, we don't demand that. It's not going to happen. And we let these people, and then phase out COVID, they're going to phase in a new virus and say, oh, COVID over, but here we have COVID part 2, the sequel. And then you forget, and then after you just get your shot them and think you're good, and say, now we have a next set of shot that come, you have to take them the two. Because I have a cousin that got vaccinated.
Yeah, and then they said,
we were having a date, right? And I said to her, I saw on the news the other day, I really did see this on the news that they said COVID is phasing out, but there's another one coming out of Wuhan, same place, and the bat them a shit and thing again with the bat them or whatever, the bat soup, who go drink the bat soup. And because we know they're making this stuff in labs because there are patents to these viruses.
Definitely.
On a patent, the original virus. So, people are stupid. There's, the bat, it was from the bats and whatever, and then distract the people. But so when them phase out COVID now, then we bring in the COVID part to whatever they call it, new virus. And I said to my cousin, so we're having a debate about the vaccination thing because everybody's my fan to get vaccinated but me.
Yeah?
Yeah, everybody I get shot now. Everybody I take.
I was really shocked about how easily all these people that I felt shared the same opinion as me, like went and just inserted themselves. I was like, all right.
My dear.
let me grater this ginger real quick.
When I see all Rasta people on YouTube, I tell people about go get your vaccine. Everybody's trying to be, because you see what happened. Everybody's so poor and defeated now. Nobody wants.
They just want to get over it. Mm-hmm.
Good guy. Everybody. So whatever it's like everybody just a bend over. No, but you see, real Rasta there. See me, I tell you this. Now go COVID swab me, juke not my nose. Go mouth swab me. Stick nothing up in my body. Juke no needle in my arm. I can fuck off with all of that shit, bro. If me never have to travel upon a plane again, me go build my own plane and fly illegally. Build my own ship, submarine, something. Think about different ways to use your airport.
It's not crazy. It's not like
you can't for what to do. Who were you? You were a baby one time. You're trying to tell me how to live my life where I cannot go because of something you made in a laboratory. Because you know that. And people have to watch how they feed into this narrative. And everybody run and go get the vaccine because then they just bring another virus and say, you got to go get vaccine for that too.
It's just an ongoing cycle.
Matter of fact, we're just going to put a little choker around your neck and every month you just automatically,
insert yourself.
Vaccine, one every month. I mean,
it's crazy.
Crawl on all fours when you go through the airport and bark like a fucking dog if you want to go on the plane. I'm wondering how far they're going to push this thing. Because funny. Because I ain't going out there to like Black Lives Matter. Like, when I go there, I'm going out there serious. I'm not asking.
Yeah.
I'm what time of day it is.
Yeah.
So when everybody else is on my page and we can go stand as men, until then, the Babylon treating everybody like babies, bro. This is some baby. Tell me what time. In Jamaica, they tell them what time to go to bed. You got to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
For real.
You got time.
No, for real. Out here, it's the same.
Truck to a party in Jamaica, a truck, and they arrested people, and because you can't fit that much people in squad cars, they whole party into the back of a big fucking military truck, haul them all up because they were like, an hour too late. You know what I mean? And I'm not having that. I'm glad I'm not in Jamaica because that would have been a shootout. Straight up. You ain't telling me to go. You know, fuck are you, bro? Some dude farm.
But that's also like, you know, just to help everyone kind of understand this conversation, we can even parallel it to, you know, Black people being in the workplace. And a lot of the times I was that person in the workspace that I felt like was rising up and advocating for things that I knew was my right. Like you guys have too much of a slave master mentality and not understanding where it goes. Like I seen everything you're saying, to be honest, like just like people need to know, you know, and thank you for sharing that. And I hope you don't tell me to edit it out because I really need people to hear this and know
Anything that you're not afraid to publish, I'm not afraid to say.
I'm not afraid, for real.
You know what I mean? And I'm at a stage in my life now where, you know, I done figured out how I'm gonna get rich. So I don't care who don't like me. Like, fuck you. You know, like, fuck the police.
So,
I'm saying
let me just
look, Black Lives Matter the most. You know what I mean? I'm adding the most on that shit.
For real, the most. So a lot of people, they're watching, they're like still questioning and wondering, Marley, is he related? Like, yes. Alex is a part of the Marley family, but what Bob I want to ask you, sorry, Alex?
Yeah, Bob is my cousin.
What I wanted to ask you, because I'm just being completely selfish, but I'm being honest about it, is one of my favorite Bob Marley tracks is Who the Cap Fit, hands down.
Who the cap fits, let them wear it. Yeah, man.
No, like on some, like, when I'm telling you, like, that is probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
He's talking deep on that one. People don't even understand what he's
like.
You know,
so
like,
deep.
Who is the lion gonna be the lion? Jeez. You know, who is the snake gonna be the snake? You know, I ain't gotta tell you who you are. It's obvious. People see you slithering, or people see you roaring, running through the jungle, or people see you climbing like a monkey. So who the cap fit, let them wear it. You know, but you ain't gotta go out of your way to point out to somebody their flaws. It's gonna, you know, karma's a bit it's gonna manifest itself upon them. They're gonna see the error to their own ways. Like, he could take that one sentence he said and interpret it into a whole novel.
Like,
on each one of Bob's bars. Just give me a bar of Bob.
Like that, and to me, that record, as I said, like, he is one of my favorite artists of all time. I can definitely show you a lot of drunk videos of me singing, but I just wanted to give that for people that are just be like, yeah. So I gave them that, they got that. But I'm really, that was my own way of just being like, that is a message that I really feel like, even if you've never heard of the song, you're watching this interview right now, first of all, you need to stream Being Friends with Alex Marley, Rise, featuring Suvi and Melody the Superstar, but as well, Who the Cat Fit. I feel like 10 years ago when I was listening to it versus now, it hits even harder to me now, to be honest. In these times, it speaks even more. If there was a record in your cousin's collection, I know this is really selfish to ask you because, like, how can you choose a record?
You ever heard High Tide or Low Tide?
Sorry?
You ever heard High Tide or Low Tide?
Yes.
You know that one?
My mom, listen.
Do you know Chances Are?
No. Or maybe if I heard it, I would know which one it is.
Listen, Bob Marley, Chances Are. It's an old, rare Bob. And he has this other one, I know a place where we can carry on. People like me, people like you, people need to be free, yeah. There's a place in the sun with all sorts of love for everyone. That's where we can be. I know a place where we can carry on.
Yeah.
You might want to edit some of the more rebel stuff. I don't
Is it this one? Chances are. I don't want YouTube to come for me, so I'm not even gonna play it out. But I'm gonna go. I want to find those records because
hey,
no,
make sure I didn't say anything too revolutionary in an interview. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I get high and I just say stuff. So if I
listen, Alex, I'm sure
Yeah.
Kat will make sure you don't say nothing too crazy. And as I explained to you, Downtown World, don't waste no time in negativity. This is what this platform is here for. It's a blessing. First of all, it's a blessing to even just be able to share this.
I'm just saying,
moment with you. Don't apologize. Don't. I'm not gonna let you get it out.
Where my apology? All the sensitive airs out there, I apologize in advance to you guys. But Rebel gotta keep shit real, my G. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
So we high like Snoopy up in this group.
The pinky. Your pinky is killing me right now. No, but like
it's like a cup. You know what I'm saying?
One I want to ask you as well, when it comes to song making, right? I love the fact that we spoke about your real education and when it comes to learning music, the business, just all the entities that comes along with it. But a lot of artists right now, I feel like they're struggling, or they're not admitting that they're struggling, but they're struggling. It's that complex of there's some real stuff going on, and not everyone wants to make a God Bless the Rains in Africa track. Not everyone wants to acknowledge what's happening because it's too hard for them to articulate and transfer into music, right? You can't really trap beat your way through this, And what is maybe an advice to the song creators and songwriters out there that you could possibly give? Because not everyone can pick up their guitar and go a cappella and acoustic and smash it like that, But I also don't want other people to feel like they're not worthy of sharing with the world just because they cannot do that. So what is some advice you could share?
Yeah.
You can be real. You can say if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Music the right way, because for me, like, if your music has no like chordal composition and arrangement and like special type of melody and stuff, I'm not gonna really, I might listen to it one or two times, get a vibe off.
Timeless.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, like go out there and pay $100 to go see you play live at a concert. I might play on my radio show on IG to build a vibe for 5 minutes to crush some time while I plug the sponsors. You know what I mean? But
legit.
Not gonna like, like go learn the chords to your song, go learn the words, go learn every musical note that you played. I mean, the days of Bob Marley and the Marvin Gaye and the Jimi Hendrix and the John Coltrane are long gone. But there's a few people like me who of that school of thought who are still, not just singers, but also multi-instrumentalists, and will always pair the instrument into the music because it's a science of the music. And they always try to separate the artist from the music.
They do.
And some artists function better that way, and not to knock artists that don't know musical composition and stuff. But for me, I'm a fan of bands, live bands. Like, what's the bass player playing? What's the drummer playing? Ooh. Freeze. Like, because I got deep into I remember when I first went to music school, I thought people were weird because I'm like, why does it matter? It's just a beat. Yo, give me the mic, you know what I mean? But after a while, being around these nerdy people, I was forced to like listen to the and listen to the this and that, and you can separate the drum track in your right side of your brain. I hear the keyboard up here. And you can hear what everything is doing separately and isolated. It works on your mental ability and your focus. Yeah. And activates and stimulates different parts of your brain that are normally not activated.
Definitely, it's a science.
Playing drums, you hand over here, one foot over here, one foot over there. You know what I mean? Some people play drum and sing at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, there's a whole, music is the highest science, and it has numerology in there. And, the 12 keys, like the 12 disciples, but there's 7 notes in the scale. Jeez. But it comes back to the octave and then they repeat, and 9 is the highest number because after 9, you only get ones and zeros. Jeez. So that's why Haile Selassie was a 9 for his mom. His mom died giving birth to him when he was a 9. But he had 8 brothers and sisters who died before him that his mom tried to give birth to that never made it. He was a 9th and his mom died giving birth to him. And then Ethiopia was going through a 6-year drought. And on the 7th year, he was born and they had a flood. And all the stars fell out of the sky. It was the biggest meteor shower ever recorded by scientists. So they knew that King was born. It was kind of like when the 3 wise men went to see Christ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's deep. And Haile Selassie on July 23rd, that's when all the pyramids in Egypt light up on his birthday. He is the Hypnotep.
Yeah.
He is the common. He is the Am that I am. He comes represent the same bloodline as Moses and Christ and Elijah and even Muhammad and all those guys. You know what I mean? No, Muhammad leave Mecca and go where? Ethiopia, bro. Muhammad Ethiopia. A lot of people don't know that. That's why the Christians and the Muslims are living in Ethiopia side by side. You know what I mean?
I definitely need to go there one day. So another fun question I just want to ask you, because we've given people a lot of heavy real talk. But on my personal Instagram page, Alex, I love food. Sometimes I'll share maybe something that I cook or something that I ate throughout the day as my way of just sharing with people, especially with the quarantine, letting them know you can have great food still at home. It's even better. I wanted to ask you, what did you eat today?
Today I had callaloo with boiled plantain, soft white yam.
Yellow yam?
Yeah, I don't know the white yam.
Okay.
Soft, kind of like Cuban yuca. You know?
Okay.
And some ackee. And I drank some, freshly made like fruit punch, like melon, papaya, and pineapple and ginger. And and then I drink a lot of water.
That sounds so good.
That's how we turn up. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Like when I make music, when I speak about stuff, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. It's just flowing through me. Like there's a different spirit that runs through I am.
Yeah.
And it's unconquerable. That's why they call me Marley Rebel.
Cheers.
And up here, go and get the shovel and make me miss. Hold on. To the rig up here, go and get the shovel and make me miserable. Try to make me irritable. Let's hold this up. Judgment is inevitable. Money to the rebel, is the one on the level. I don't find them go sell them soul to the devil. Living like Rockstone, you must see checks, say a pebble. Me and lyrics, me make the girl, them a bubble. Come on, baby fast, them fi baby double. The soul of my fans, I go give fear trouble. Bring a press a boy, them hand at the gravel. You know them no want fi see we tour and travel. Politician, them a babbling up. I mean, a double truth and right, na fable. Babylon system unstable. Rasta youth willing and we able. Kill with this thing, I say, hey, the king. Some shipping money and bling. Fast leaders with fast leading. Fast preachers with fast preaching. Fast teachers with fast teaching. You know, she say Babylon system failing. Marcus Garvey, Black Star Line sailing. We say Rastafari, who we ailing. Rebel.
Nah. Do you ever you already kind of explained it where sometimes it's just the moment. Cause I'm like, yo, you dropped some serious tracks today. Like you need to put that as some wax. Everyone can be able to stream, but nah, for real. Like Alex, this has been a true gift, more than you know. What I love to always say to people, I'm all forever vouching for our culture and the music that we come from and we built that is giving us everything that we see today. And it's refreshing to know that there's still rebels out there. But for people,
you have a powerful voice. But could I do a track with me? I play bingo drum and I talk as an empress, and I tell the people them go on talk.
Well, send it out. But I want to ask you, like, if there was something that you could tell your younger self, I know it's kind of cliche, but as you said, there was a time when you didn't go to music school and you didn't read certain books and you weren't as high and elevated as you are now.
That is true. The raw talent, I think, because in retrospect to what I said earlier, because you see, because in retrospect to what I said earlier, Nothing outdoes raw talent because Jimi Hendrix never went to music school.
He was playing that bad boy.
You know what I mean? But
Damn, everything.
somebody from Berkeley was like, what the fuck? You know, he wasn't just playing loose notes. His notes were accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he made that guitar talk. He was bending them all kind of ways. You know what I mean? Because when you just, being creative, you're only locked in a box. So at the same time, like when music school, a lot of the musicians are very rudimentary, where they could play Mozart and Beethoven, but they couldn't jam out. They couldn't really express themselves. They had a problem doing that. They couldn't open up spiritually.
Be free. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because all of them come out of the church. You know what I mean? So it was, they were very like church boy kind of, they weren't rebels. You know what I mean? You got to be rebel to be creative, because to create is to do something nobody else has done. What's the definition of creating something? Something that wasn't there before, right? So to create is to be a rebel, because people are like, why are you trying to create? It's all here already. No, I want to make something. Why I want to make something new for? Yeah. People already fighting you. You're like, what you do? They feel that creative energy is a powerful thing. They're trying to contain it. No, what I mean? So I was always had that raw talent, even before I went to music school or none of that. And even, at the end of the day, after all the fancy pretty notes and all of that, when you just grab the mic and it's ganja, people love that shit even more. You know what I mean? Because it's so raw,
it's
so
real.
Unfiltered. You're not trying to pretend to, oh, baby. You're not trying to, whole picture. You're not trying to be this character. Yeah. You're just yourself. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So there's different approaches to music. So I can't diss people who don't play instruments and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, I'm a purist in the approach to music too. So it's like the best of both worlds,
But that younger version of you, what would you tell that Alex?
Yeah, I used to freestyle and battle rap, but then I learned classical and jazz music. And, Beautiful. But when I learned the classical and jazz, it kind of set me on a weird trip. And especially when I started getting to Jimi Hendrix and rock, it set me on a trip with the music till I was just going heavy instrumentation until after a while I had to put down all the instruments. I'm like, okay, let me get back to the vocals and the melodies and some more,
You can do both. You can give us a full project with instruments and a full project with vocals. Do it all. Do it all.
But now that I work with like a Grammy Award-winning producer and he produced my stuff, then like, big up Trishy Styles, then like, even when he sent me a beat, I'm hearing it on a different level, even though I didn't play it. I'm hearing every word he put in that music different. So I'm gonna write the song different. My cadence gonna be different. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm coming from the dancehall, and I'm coming from the hip hop, and I'm coming from the reggae, and I'm coming from the ska, because I play like scatter lights type stuff on the sax, and then I play the reggae and the rock type stuff on the guitar, and then like, so I'm like Bob Marley meets James Brown meets Jimi Hendrix. That's the best. Throw a little Capleton and Sizzla on it, and
I feel like I'm gonna correct you, Alex. Don't be mad at me. I feel like you're Alex Marley. Like you're Alex Marley. Like that's what I compare it to. You're you. You have your identity. You're your own original king. Like, if people don't know that by now into our conversation, I don't know what they've been listening to for the past, like, but you're definitely you're your own entity. You're your own entity, period.
Queen, you've inspired me and motivated me. And I'm glad you feel the energy, and that's very reaffirming for me. And I just want you to know that I think you're just as special as I am. And that I believe in you just like you believe in me. And you're definitely a very blessed being and a real one. Even that picture you have in the background, that's positive, and that just reminds me of like the ocean. And
I love her.
It kind of has like Goku kind of Dragon Ball Z vibe to it too. Z, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anime type stuff.
I forget she's there, but like that is one of my favorite art pieces that I have here at home. I love yours, and I seen there Duck It in the back. I was gonna ask you about it. Like, are you into art at all? Or are you just
Yes. Let me show you this art piece real quick.
I'm just all up in your business today, Alex. I was looking at that piece and I was trying to like get more look into it. I was like, this looks crazy.
This is a 4-foot by 5-foot art piece that my friend Steven Anson did for me. It's 3-dimensional. If you put blue lights on it, it reflects all kind of colors. And so it's one of my prized possessions. I keep it with me everywhere I go. And you know,
what material? Like,
I don't even know. He used like gold dust on it or something. Like he sent it to me when I did my first USA tour when I was like 19. Wow. And it just motivated me so much because like at that time I was like, oh, I just started music and I was performing on all these big festivals with thousands of people, but I wasn't like, I was like, so what? You know, that I wasn't like, when you're in the moment, you don't really like, you know, and then I was like, people appreciate my work that much that this dude would make me this big expensive art piece and ship it to me and all of that, not charge me no money or stuff. It was like,
that's what Alex Marley does for people. You see what I'm saying?
That serious at the time. I was like, I'll probably do a couple festivals and go do something else with my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Oh, people calling to me right now and think like they think I'm gonna like do this for real.
Based on what I heard today, yeah, right. Even if you try to fight it, nah, you can't, man. You gotta keep doing this. This is you. A part of you.
All the painters, do you paint? Do you make graphics?
I attempt.
You look to me.
I attempt to during quarantine I've gotten some canvases and tried to I've gotten some blank canvases and tried to like paint, but I find mostly what I've been coming up with is like it's very abstract. Like it's very like it's very like different.
Beautiful art because the color selection, your personality still comes out and you're not confined to trying to make any specific shape or anything. You know what I mean? Like show me something. Show me what you.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so embarrassing. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go grab it. I'm gonna go grab it.
The interview too, so I'm introducing your art to my fans. Since
I am so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna go get one of my pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so just give me a moment. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm actually so nervous. Oh, this is, I don't know if you can see it because of the light.
Wow.
But this isn't originally, okay, let me just clarify. This isn't originally like all me. I seen this on Instagram and like I wanted to recreate it with like my own, I don't know, the light is so bad, with my own interpretation. But this is like acrylic paint because I was using oil paint, but then it was taking too long to dry on my other pieces.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, like for some reason I like Black women in
I like the skin tone. It kind of when I tried at first, it kind of looked like an Amazonian kind of like I'm in Costa Rica or something. Like it looks like a lady who like she's loving her life. She looks content, even though I can't see her eyes aren't painted in yet. No. But you can see that she's content. She looks like she has a gold bracelet on. She got a flower in her hair.
I gave her a bit of an orange aura.
Vision, yeah, that's.
I don't know if you can see it, but I was getting a green energy, orange energy from her.
The vibe is there, like your personality is shining in your painting, and then the purple in the back. Like royalty, and you see that little gold around her, that's like her aura.
Yeah,
girl. And then look her skin tone is so earthy.
Wow, thank you, Alex. Like I've literally, this is the first time I've ever even shared like these personal things that I just do to keep me sane. So thank you. I feel so comfortable and thank you. And I gave her little moles because I got little moles on my face.
Oh, you personally.
Gave her some earrings because I got a lot of piercings.
You a beauty mark.
Yeah, thank you. Because we're so insecure about showing the things we really.
Yo, I tried painting and you're way better than me. And
it wasn't easy.
Only thing I draw is the sun rising over the mountains with birds in the background. I don't know what it was. I was watching some documentary the other day and they were talking about some tribe or some ancient shamans or something, and they might have been like the native, I think it was the Aborigines. Mm-hmm. And Same thing with a Dreamtime, and it was all about the sun rising over the mountain. And then when your sun rises over the mountain, it's like you become an enlightened being.
Wow. This is how I kind of felt about her. When
Yeah.
when I seen this piece, I was like, for some reason, she's giving me like 2050, 2060 vibes. I feel like, you know, and like you were saying, the blue, and I felt like the universe was around her, and like I can
Yeah.
go off about this painting.
What is that in the background? Is it a video game or?
No, it's literally like just different layers and different types of blue, some purples hinted in there, some
Art piece?
greens.
Character from any TV show or anything?
No.
Just
The
an art
artist
piece.
just saw this
Oh,
in
wow.
their mind, and that's what came out. And
They
I was
do it
like,
on you?
no. They had a whole collection of pieces, and this was the one that resonated with me the most. I was like, I need this.
That's and stuff. Like, if you stare at it, it gets kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't creep him out. I still haven't given her a name, but she's been there. She's been here with me for about 2 years now. And she just helps to remind me, you know?
Kind of sounds like an imaginary friend.
No, I know. I can get weird when I talk about things.
How often have you gone anywhere during the pandemic? Like, oh man, Canada is on lockdown. She's like, she's been there with me for 2 months now.
Listen, from I was in high school, people used to think I was crazy. I'd be talking to myself at my locker. I can have whole conversations with myself. I don't really need y'all. I just do this.
Just brainstorming. When you talk to yourself, you just panning through your thoughts, sorting out your thoughts.
Yeah, I have to hear it out.
Like everybody hears voices in their heads. It's just if you follow the good one or the bad one. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So tell me something. And they say when your voice is in your head, you're crazy. But everybody hears, even if you don't interpret it as a voice, words come in form. Thoughts come in forms of words because you think in form of words. That's how powerful words are. Like, it's easy for us to underestimate words.
It's spelling for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you get deep.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, some people casting spells and we sending out blessings. You know what I mean? So like I bless people instead of curse them. You know, it's so easy for us to curse at each other, and somebody bad driving in traffic, and oh fuck you, and you know. And then the older I get, I just like I just chuckle at people. And
I definitely been guilty of that.
I give myself credit for being such a good driver that I know how to break up right when that person was about to make that accident. Like I saw it coming ahead of time, and I switched lanes. They even spun out. I tried to do that, but I was way ahead. I passed the accident way back there. You know what I mean? The time they taken to get upset, but everybody got a little road rage. But some people really do stuff like pull out in front of you and slam their brake on you. You know what I mean?
It's not.
But back to your artwork. Is that the first piece you done?
The one that I showed you?
Yeah.
No, actually, there's another piece that I did. I don't have it. Someone actually
bought it.
This is an exclusive story. My first painting got bought. It was very like someone that I know. No, listen, it sounds really crazy. So I want to be sure to be truthful with people, right? Someone that I knew was like by my space, and like I'm that friend. I love to cook. Like I'm not a go out person, but I love to cook and like everyone eat. Like that's my type of like fun. And I know everyone ate and had like a, belly full type of thing. So I'm that friend. But that piece was when COVID kind of was just coming about, and I was just like so aggressive at the canvas. Like I was just feeling, and then out of nowhere, I was like feeling like, a bit better. And I ended up calling that piece actually COVID. And someone bought it from me. They bought with an ounce of weed.
Whoa!
So my first commission piece.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is an exclusive story right there. So
I started painting and you sold a piece already.
I wasn't even thinking of it. Like as I said, we're in the house. Dollarama is one of my favorite stores.
Underestimate your art, because I could write a song and not know it's going to touch somebody so deep. Just like my friend sent me that painting, and he didn't know how valuable that, because he sent paintings off. valued as much. Like I hold that painting so dear to me.
It's
You know what I
cool,
mean?
yeah.
So that painting spoke to them and expressed what they were feeling through the pandemic. And a lot of people are hurting right now, you know, especially artists and musicians and painters and stuff, because our industry depends a lot on travel. And we ain't been traveling, you know what I mean?
People
And
gotta learn to travel with the energies, travel with the mind.
like they push a thing up your nose all the way to the back of your eye to your mucous membrane. Like that's just crazy to me. I don't know. Like I just want to smoke weed and be free. I don't want you pushing shit up in my nose or any other holes in my body. You know what I'm saying? That's so weird to me. Like some Hitler type gas camp type shit, bro.
And
like
people aren't, yeah.
This isn't World War II. Why am I gonna subject myself to your medical procedures? Like, why do you want to sample stuff from my body?
Right.
And then weird, bro. These people are weird, bro.
Very. No, for real. And people need to really start thinking about things like that. But Alex, before we go tonight, I just wanted to ask you one more question. This has been such a beautiful, you know, I love to say you gave a lot of fruit tonight. I'm feeling very full. I truly appreciate it. The last question I want to ask you tonight, before you let everyone know where they can follow you, support you, is what is something that you would do in life if you knew that there was no chance of you failing?
No chance of me failing?
Yeah, give me a limitless answer. What is something that you
I'll make myself president of the whole world.
Okay.
And then tell everybody to go grow their own food and build their own house and just take a piece of land anywhere you see it and just like smoke weed. And then there's a big reggae fest everywhere. And we just like make our own ethanol, make our own cars, make our own schools, hospital, like full self-sustainable living and like own water. And you own all the water, you own the land, you own the air, everything is yours. And just like give it all back to the people. And then you realize the world isn't really overpopulated. It's just like the cities are overpopulated because that's where all the opportunity is. So they're saying, oh, the world's overpopulated. We need to kill a quarter of the planet, to kill a third of the world. You're not paying attention to what these people are saying, right? So you don't need to kill a third of the world. You know, there's so much land that nobody lives on that's not being put to use, a lot of precious land. So you just too much people for you to control and for you to, you know, so maybe you need to get rid of some numbers so you can keep the control. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of resources out there that the planet still has, you know, water for us, food for us. If we stop depending on Walmart and all these big fast food chains to provide all our food and our clothes and we start to, you know, make our own clothes and make our own food, then that, you know, decentralizes the power. And that's non-violent way that you can really make a difference in the world, is just grow your own food, make your own clothes, educate your own children. I'm just, you know, a fan of that. Like, you know, I never went to school. Like I used to read the syllabus at home and smoke weed, show up and pass all the exams full A's. Everybody
hate that. Yeah.
I went to school every day was getting C's and D's, and I just showed up in class high as fuck with an A. And they hated me, bro. My teachers, I only had one teacher that liked me, right? And life is very ironic because this teacher I thought was the strictest teacher that I've ever met. Wow. And she, hey, please everybody go smoke weed with Alex and just you guys look bad and just with, you know, some better, you know, the exam is next week. And we weren't sure if she was serious or she was joking, but all the kids at Quality Academics followed me up to Beverly Hills, up to the mansion, and I smoked off everybody's lit. They came back to history class with better grades because I gave them the high grade.
Pun intended.
I was good at history because I took that shit personally.
Yeah.
I still remember from reading when I was 15 years old and doing CXC that slavery was abolished in 1890, whatever, you know what I mean? 1830. I forgot the year.
It was 19. It was like a
1936.
I feel like it was something very recent. Yeah.
1836.
I feel like it was 19, but we'll go with 18.
I think it was 1836.
Okay. You know more than me, so I will definitely listen to you.
I'm shit. I don't know. I'm really high.
I was thinking about it because I remember having this conversation with someone in my family and being like, yo, my great grandmother literally went through slavery.
Let me ask you. Hey Siri. I don't think Siri works when I'm on Zoom.
Okay, let me.
Bitch is knocked out.
But you know what? I don't want to get too deep on the people, but like slavery isn't even done. So there's that.
I ask you something. What do you think about AI is ruling the world? And they're making all these little friendly looking robots, like the robots are dancing and stuff. But if a robot can dance, then a robot could kill you too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I don't like all these robots and all this AI and stuff. And then they had this video, this robot, he was like doing the Macarena, he was whining and stuff. And
Yeah,
if you're
all
like
cute.
it's all cute, but if he's so flexible, bro, imagine if that robot wants to arrest your ass for smoking weed.
It's really not funny, but like people do not know what they're in for. Like
I just don't want anybody trying to arrest me for smoking weed and sending robots after me, because like you have to realize
they got the robot dogs.
These people really don't want you to smoke weed. They will send robots after your ass and shit for smoking weed.
Well, it is legalized here now, but what I will say for the sake of the podcast, because I don't want to get too real for people, but you guys, like Alex,
that's not illegal. People get caught up in these words, right? What is legal to you?
Well, out here, you can have up to a, I think it's like a half quarter in your car.
Legal.
You can smoke.
I want
grow it in your home up to, I think, 10
I want 100 pounds in my car. For real. And I want to be able to fly through the airport as if it was mint tea.
They're not going to do that, though. They're going to lose out money.
But
that's
not
what it's all about.
It's not about them. We have the power. We're going to tell them what time it is. We're not asking. Okay. We are the people. You know what I mean? We're going to tell them, look, weed is not only legal now, but it's worshipped. And you guys are going to respect the plant.
Yeah.
Any amount I want on me is my prerogative.
Correct.
Any amount, bro. And you know what I mean?
Free up the man then.
People are worried about it devaluing the price of it.
Yeah.
But I'm more worried about our freedom than you making a buck.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
I think I always love to recommend one of my YouTube shows that I love to watch because I get in weird rabbit holes. And I feel like the one I will recommend to you today, Alex, not that you asked or you need any recommendations, but there's this girl.
Of course.
There's this lady called...
you on this interview. It's not
seriously?
Just you learning too, of course.
I'm like, what did I say?
We're with each other, yeah.
Yeah. There is a lady, her name is Primitive Girl. And honestly...
Bertha, what is it?
Primitive Girl.
Oh, Primitive Girl.
I think roll one of your spliffs or finish that one, watching it. And I feel like that's what people need to be on. Like, there's people in the world that you can put them anywhere and they can build a house from everything but nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I love those shows. It's called Primitive Girl?
Primitive Girl. She never speaks. I don't think I've ever heard her voice.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Primitive Girl. I think, like, given the conversation we have, you will really enjoy. I've literally watched her go in the middle of some part in the jungle and she built like a whole koi pond stove, all organic. She creates paint out of certain leaves, she's...
Yeah.
But there's a whole section of people in the world that is regular practice. They will survive very easily when this shit really starts to get real.
So true.
I don't want to get too discouraging for the people, but Alex, let everyone know, please, where they can support you, where they can contact you if you choose to, be open to getting in contact. If you're open to collaborations of any sort, like music, everything on that nature, just let everyone know where they can find you, where they can support you, and where they can stream all the things.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Alex Marley Music, my YouTube channel, Alex Marley Music, and, email alexmarleymusic@gmail.com. We're going to be relaunching the website soon, alexmarleymusic.com, with a lot of merch and stuff. But I'm on Facebook, Twitter, all that, but I'm mostly active on IG. So hit me up on IG, Alex Marley Music. And, you want any special production, any dub plates, you want me on your beat, or you want to buy a beat from me and my Grammy team, or, you know what I mean? alexmarleymusic@gmail.com. And obviously, stay in touch with Miss Blair's vlog for all Alex Marley updates, because she's gonna have all the newest songs first. She's gonna tell you what's going on, what's dropping, who.
Yes.
Also, right there, you get to see what's happening and stay in touch. You know what I mean?
Yes. Thank you.
What's the website?
Sorry?
What's the main name of the website?
Oh, for me? Okay. For me, the website, and when everything is out, guys, which you probably know, www.downtownworld.com. And that's where you can find all the updates, videos, interviews, positive content to just get you elevated and right.
Kingston, Jamaica, where we come from. Tell them at downtownworld.com.
Hey,
Hey, this is Alex Marley. And make sure you keep in tune to downtownworld.com, because that's the real vibration to free the nation from Jamaica, go Canada, Toronto, come right to New York, go right to Brixton, London. We reach all the Ethiopian, African, but at downtownworld.com. Tell the people them say, yeah, hold on there. I have to get a jingle.
don't waste no time with negativity.
Yeah. Art of Fire Judgment, you don't know Alex Marley, downtownworld.com. Make sure you keep it tuned for all the real reggae dancehall and Afrobeat update scene, reggaeton, everything, because so we have to include all genre. You don't know, say, Miss Blair is the highest queen, Your Honor. Keep the people them tuned in downtownworld.com. All the rebels say so. Art of Fire Judgment, Blaze. You like that jingle there?
Yeah, like when I get quiet like that, it's just because I want it to air out so people can just let it marinate a little bit and, sizzle in their bones, That's what it is. Thank you, Alex Marley. You have been like...
Oh, let me tell you something. You're so expressive. Your facial expressions and your person, I'm planning to shoot some movies.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be as one of the actresses, because you come alive on the camera for real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got that special thing.
Wow.
Either you're a star or you're not. It's either like people can relate to you or they can't. And I really think you're very
I feel like that.
The same vibe I have, you got that same vibe. We might be related or some shit.
Hey, it wouldn't sound too far off. Like, we're out here. You never know. And honestly, I just want to equally say thank you so much for this experience.
Going on, because you Jamaican, because your parents Jamaican, so you got that little Ethiopian type facial feature.
Yeah.
You got that Hebrewic nose, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. My grandmother, she's part of the Maroon. She came from the Maroon.
You with some ancient blood. I knew it. Yeah. You look like Nefertiti or some African goddess.
When I do like the weave and stuff in my hair, a lot of people do think I'm like Ethiopian or something.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like I'm fully, but as I said, one of my grandmothers, my other grandmother, she was Coolie. So my brother in Jamaica, one of my brothers, he's light like you, pretty hair like you.
Oh, you like my pretty hair?
Yes, man, of course. But you know what I mean? Like that pretty Coolie kind of hair. So I wasn't blessed with it, but I'm somewhere in between. I'm
sure your real hair is very beautiful to you.
No, definitely. I love my crown.
My crown. Just can't bother show it right now, but
it's here. It's here.
Full Afro.
This ain't no lace, friend. This real.
Pearls, them and thing and
no edge control. We're letting that shit go out. We cool. I'm good. I'm black. What up?
You look good. Let me tell you that you are glowing.
Thank you. Wow.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because you're interviewing.
Listen, kings and queens, we must normalize this. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get you some nourished diamonds. So
yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god, I need to try this. Have you ever tried goat's milk?
I heard that you can bathe in the goat's milk and it's good for you. That's some African royal king thing.
For real? I didn't even know. I just tried it and I was like,
I mean, you drank it?
No, bathe.
Oh, bathed in it, you did.
Listen, Alex, I'm not joking. When it comes to showers,
so good because I'm like, what the fuck did she do?
That's
What
not the only thing. Like
The
I go in, but
reflecting off of you, like I could see my reflection. I could use that as a mirror
oh my God.
with my teeth and shit.
No, I'll be very real. Like, but I do the stuff that was learned from my grandmothers and my uncles. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have some sorrel on the stove right now, like just chilling, getting ready for me to, fix that up. Like, and I understand that for my age group and our age group, those times, like it's not regular, but we need to normalize this because yes, it was fun going to Christmas dinners, all these things, and you get to enjoy it and you sit down and you eat your belly full, but we're not bringing these practices forward in the generations. Like you're sick, you can't even make a proper soup to like really nourish your body. Like I'm not about taking Tylenol and those type of things. So also with my father having cancer, that was something as well to really help to open up my mind, and I didn't want him to be on that journey alone. So with everything, we must give thanks and we must see the purpose in it, right? Not everything is meant to be negative. I feel like everything in life has lessons and things to help us grow. And this interview, this conversation, like,
So did your dad survive the cancer?
yes, he's gone through chemo. He's in remission. But as I said, like all the things we speak about, he's having, his merengue seed. He's having, you get what I'm saying? These are things that people are like, what?
Make sure I'm drinking enough soursop juice.
Thank you.
Even Dr. Saban and them says soursop fight cancer.
Okay. I just love soursop juice, but I didn't know that. So I will definitely.
The tea, the leaf, the bark, the fruit, everything kills cancer cells in soursop.
I believe that.
Enough sauce.
I love soursop too.
Sea moss and spirulina, and you blend the sea moss with some banana and some mango and put some spirulina in that, and what? Him go on a road. He said daddy start backflip.
For real. He's already like, but I'm very grateful. These are things we have to learn. Things like kale, spinach, build up your iron, all these things, and that is why eat.
I'm gonna tell you another.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Okra, and you boil the okra and you strain off the water and then you blend the okra with all like some almond milk or something. And and add the nutmeg and vanilla and thing. Okra juice in your back, especially if your mom born with nothing, or if your parents old and them have back pain or joint pain and thing, you get okra juice. That make you wake up, you see me?
For real.
And it create okra is one of the few stuff that creates like cartilage for like knee damage and stuff like replace spinal fluid, and so a lot of people don't know you can blend the okra, make okra juice, and it tastes like ice cream. If you catch a consistency right with whichever milk base you use, it can come yogurt, ice cream, like a healthy ice cream.
That sounds yummy.
Like I used to drive from Kingston to Clarendon, come and drummer in my band, call me while I didn't come from Clarendon. And used to Glenmere. I used to drive from Kingston to Clarendon just to buy okra juice from one juice man.
Shout out to all the juice man. Yo.
We drive all the way to Clarendon because we never take in no, but when we reach down there in close. And we decide we just camp out a farm house down at Clarendon and father house till
until we came.
And even if you want to go heal up in father, I've never dare talk to father farm boy. But heal up in father, now go produce
for real.
Camp out at daddy house and next morning go back early in the morning for okra juice and we'll buy 2 big jug of that to put in our fridge because we tried at home by ourselves and
it didn't come out the same.
Come out like how that brother they make it.
For real, but like these are the things that I really like will reflect on. Like these are the things that really help to build up our system. And I had some people ask me, "Oh, how's your skin like that?" or "How's whatever?" And like my friend had to tell me the other day, like we have to actually start speaking these things like on the platform out loud because to me it's normal, it's regular, but to a lot of people it's foreign. Like unfortunately, a lot of my friends that are born here, I feel really bad for them. Their systems are not built in a way where like they can fight off these things and just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Burger King and them thing that they not drink no Cersei, no aloe vera.
Nothing.
Then I didn't had no idea you knew about all this stuff. Like you're really in tune. Like I can't really, teach
Well, it's
you
just
to.
been part of my
You know,
journey.
you know where it's at. You know about your Guinea and weed, and yeah.
Well, I remember seeing my mom with the oats and the Guinness and the nutriment and thing, and I'm like, can I taste some?
No, the weed. It's another
Yeah.
Moringa and sarsaparilla. For the next level to is boiling our own roots, like finding all these roots, Medina, sarsaparilla, 10-man strength, dog whisk, nerve whisk, and
But
boiling.
Here's the thing. Like I was explaining to you earlier, my mom, she's going to be coming back up, and I'm excited because that's when I get my shipments and everything. But at the same time, let's ask ourselves, why is it illegal to bring those things home or to wherever you're at when these are things that are proven to heal and to make the body be?
Yeah, me wouldn't fly through the airports with no one bag of bush from Jamaica.
Oh, I don't know how my mom gets it through. God bless. But she gets it through every time. She bring me my soursop leaf them. I'll boil them. All like sometimes, a lot of people don't know sorrel actually grows a fruit. And that fruit is so sweet and delicious. It's orange. Yeah, Google it. It's orange on the outside and red in the middle, but it tastes so sweet and good. Totally. I used to joke and say, oh, so I guess all the bitterness of the Cersei go into the leaf and the fruit get all the sweetness.
Why you want to come at me, Miss Jamaica now?
We always miss Jamaica. When do we not miss Jamaica?
Me there foreigner and can't get no sorry.
Bruh, I'm telling you. But here's the thing. I know it's not the real thing, but the companies, they'll sell the local, so I'll go and I'll buy that. Like Grace sells the dried sorrel. So I'll, make do with what we got and I'll, strain that and.
Yes, queen.
But I still do it the way, as I said, I'm used to seeing my family from back then do it. I remember going to Jamaica, and if I go and I see that pail on the counter, I know, say, all right, or the bucket on the veranda, I'm like, all right, I know, say, sorrel's getting made. And that's sitting there for a 2-3, maybe even almost a week. And, but when you get that, you're very, very, very good. So, no, I love natural juices, celery, cucumber. It's a nice one, get inflammation down. So we gave a lot today, Alex. We gave a lot today. And I really hope that those out there just are really blessed and, just do it for yourself. Because I feel like doing it for yourself, it exudes to others. People, like we were speaking on Selassie earlier, people will see the practice. There's no need to be bloodshed on certain things. When you have a certain light and you carry that, people see that and they gravitate towards it. So yeah, this is needed. But I want to let everyone know, make sure, as I said, to be following Alex Marley Music, all social media platforms, especially Instagram, streaming his music, supporting this king, and we'll continue to, as we said earlier, follow his journey, because I'm truly excited to just see you keep winning and flourishing, King. And
yeah, I see you, Queen, become in tune with your remedies and your doctor say be and your thing and your thing. Very impressive side as well. And your artwork. And I want I'm sure there's a lot more to you that I don't know. And stay in touch and follow me too. And I follow you back to and we'll link up.
For sure.
And God bless Rastafari.
Sure. God bless. Everyone have a great night. Thank you. Kat. Love you, girl.
About to go downtown.